every time that you do not do something that you promised yourself that you were going to do, you prove to yourself why you cannot be trusted. You don't just wake up one day with imposter syndrome. You keep feeding that monster with the decisions you make, with the little actions you take. Think of it as this: you have a bank and you keep depositing trust in there. Anytime you fail to do something you said you were going to do, you prove to yourself that you cannot be trusted. And so you wake up one day, and when you actually need to do something that you have to do, you do not have the confidence to do it. When you do not wake up at 6 a.m. like you have decided to, and you wake up at 10, there's an invisible cost you're paying. Time, which is the biggest currency of all. It's one of the first things you're losing, but also it is what you would have achieved if you had woken up at that time. For instance, I wanted to start a YouTube in 2023. That is when I created the topics that I wanted to start. I was always thinking I didn't have the right gear to start it. 2026, when I started being consistent, it was the same phone that I used and not a gear. So look at the opportunities I missed from 2023 to 2026 just because I would not start. I kept thinking, I kept planning the topics and never actually got to start it. And that is why I am begging you to take action. Take action today. Extraordinary lives are built before they are seen. Be willing to do the work nobody sees. Be willing to send that application. Be willing to start that business. Be willing to draft that business plan. Be willing to post that content. It would just be you sitting, filming, nobody's watching. You would have 2 views forever like I've been having. But that is where grit is built. That is where you start trusting yourself. Prove to yourself you're trustworthy by taking action, not just talking about ambition, not just being ambitious, but being the person who acts. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Abby, and I am on a mission to turn ambitious women into their most activated, unstoppable versions of themselves. I am glad you're here, and in this month of June, every day we're going to be talking about one action that you can take to move you, to give you momentum, so that by the time the second half of the year rolls around, you've got all the tools and the systems to make sure that you are unstoppable. So join me for day 3 because it is going to challenge something you believe about yourself. And if you're joining me on the Dawn Challenge, be sure to drop a star in the comments. Find me on Instagram where I am giving daily updates on how I am practicing the Dawn Challenge myself, because I'm on the same journey as you. Thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow.